everyone, I am the Roaring Rar and welcome to a tutorial using the program Design Doll. This is a program that I have found monumentally useful when it comes to creating poses. When you're looking for that angle for that particular pose that you want, you want someone crouching, sitting, standing, you want them firing a bow and arrow, you want them holding a gun, you want them holding a sword, you want them flying, you want them dancing, but you just can't quite get that angle you're looking for. You can maybe get the pose, but you can't quite get, that dramatic angle, that zoom in, that strong zoom in right there. You want the dramatic chin. The dramatic chin. I'm pretty sure the Crimson Chin is a hero on Fairly Odd Parents, but that's not what I was aiming for. But anyway, oh god, so urethral looking, this skin colour, I love it. Anyhow, it's an ideal program for creating those difficult poses that you are determined to get. Now, it's no replacement for muscle study. So for example, even though this is creating some lovely poses, it is not an accurate representation of muscle. It is not showing how muscles change and, the muscles flex, they bulge, they straighten, they tighten. This is not a representation of that. So when you are creating a pose, always try to look at how muscles move with that pose. Even if the references you can find are maybe not the angle you look for, you can study them as best as possible. So use this to create that pose, but definitely look at the muscles. Look at pictures of people as much as possible and learn to draw from real life, because it will always be the best source that you can get. Always draw from real life. But when real life doesn't give you the pose you're looking for, it's nice to have a sneaky way around it. And Design Doll helps you do that. Let's just... La, la, la. Okay, no, this is supposed to be a serious video. Serious video, Sarah. Serious, yes. Anywho, you start off with this basic model. So let's reset it. Now, do we want the character to be taller? Today I'm going to be showing you the basic interface of Design Doll, showing you how to bulk up your figure, create different shapes and sizes with them, how to extend the limbs or shorten the limbs, and that will be today's video. Further videos I will show you how to do further things on this. So for example, creating objects for your character to possibly sit on, using the Doll Altair website to get pre-made models that have been uploaded by other people or by the website itself. At least I think that's how it operates. So it's previously made creations that you can use as part of your own creation, which is a wonderful resource. I've only just recently figured out how the downloading thing works. Before I couldn't figure it out because I couldn't see a download button anywhere, so I didn't understand how it worked. And now I have. So today, however, I'm going to show you the basic interface. So here is our model. We shall call them... Let's call you June. June can either be a boy or a girl's name, so let's maybe keep you a little bit gender neutral. Let's see how we go. Let's see what we feel like. So here we go. First of all, let's correct the pose slightly. People do not stand like that. It's very strange, it's very bizarre. So let's loosen the hips a little. Bring in the feet a little bit. Pull the hips down. Come on, there we go. No, maybe not. Let's straighten the thighs up a little bit, darling. There we go. And toggle the hips. There we go. So you notice what I just did there is there are these points along the doll, and they allow you to control certain joints or just certain anchor points within the character that you're creating. So the wrists are a big one. Now the issue that you maybe have is that once you start playing around with it, it then goes in funny angles. So for example, I want my character to be pointing their hand over here, but then you've got that issue of, oh dear, it's morphed inside itself. So what you would do is, first of all, maybe manipulate the bicep. So you're turning the arm, and then it's the bicep that you click on. So even though there's no point here physically telling you to click on it, it is available. Now you can also let's see. It's a wee bit tricky to control sometimes. So let's try and zoom in. That might be easier. Let's move around. There we go. See, if you click on it, drag it as you're holding onto the button. I'm using a mouse for this, by the way. I can't really use my graphics tablet and pen on this. It's just far too complicated. So let's bring the arm over here. We can bring the elbow down. We can maybe pull the... So we can't pull that bicep around very much, probably because just the way the forearm is. But here we are. We're already getting some things moving around. And there we go. And again, as you click on the hand itself, not on the joint, you can move it around. Giving this little sort of gyroscope type of thing here. I wouldn't really know what to call that. But basically it is the point in which you can manipulate the hand into rotational angles. So we'll call it the rotation wheel. That's probably the smarter name for it. So the rotation wheel for the hand. There's a little basic function there. Oh, my computer is lagging. Here we go. So let's straighten things up. Reset button, back down here. So that's us able to learn how to move the hand. Now, what maybe you want to try and learn a little bit more of is how to create different body types for this character. So up here we have model. Now, this allows you to just go back to your original main model. So you can, so this is the anchor point of the model. So this is, so when you click that, it then selects these points for your anchors. This one here, the flag. This allows you to rotate your character. On the green parts, you can rotate them. Red and blue arrows allow you to move your character on an axis. Up, down, left to right, X, Y, Z. Very handy if you've got multiple characters or big objects and you just want to move some things around. This one next to it, very, very important, this one here. So the magnifier. Now you are controlling the biped within the character. Now this is quite an important part, because if you want to create additional height for your character, this is what you would do. When you click on the magnifying glass, you're given these 3 cross points of X, Y, Z. Now they each do different things. The green one, if you look at that, we've clicked on this one sort of going through the shoulders, and as we've pulled on the green axis, it's definitely made it look a little more like a dinosaur. It's a bit creepy. It's just this giant skin flap that's got a bone sticking out of it. But that's basically what that does. It helps to extend and widen parts of your character. So here we go. We can now widen the shoulders a little bit. Oh, definitely. Oh Lord. Oh, dearie dear. What have I done? Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't normally fiddle with this program in this manner. Normally I'm seriously trying to create a character, so I don't normally... Ugh, oh dear, oh my god, this is a bit disturbing. Reset, 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 for the love of God, please, thank you. But what this is useful for, you want to create extra height in your character, you can do so. But also remember, when you're creating height for a character, extend every part of them. Because what happens is, if you just extend the legs, it's going to look strange once that character starts bending their legs. So for example, when we get back to the anchor point, you've just got this huge bit of thigh here with a calf that don't quite fit together. So when they start bending limbs, you've then just got parts that don't quite look right. So see how like the thighs just sort of moulding in together? Probably doesn't look too bad from some perspectives, but anatomically it just looks a bit strange. The thigh is not usually this long compared to the calf. Again, another point of studying anatomy is so you can get things looking proportionally correct. Different if you're creating a fantasy character that does not have traditional proportioned bodies. So you don't always have to go by the correct proportion standards. You don't have to go by what people normally expect, I guess. You can always create something that is a little more to your own taste. If you want super long thighs, then by all means you go for super long thighs, whatever makes you happy, darling. But this is how you would do it. So back to the magnifying glass. Let's maybe shrink the arms a little bit. We're clicking on the blue one. Let's get some bigger hands, long hands, and then we maybe widen them a little bit. There we go. Oh, looks a little bit like a Titan now. Like, hello, friends. Nice to meet you. This is not what I intended for this tutorial at all. Reset everything. I said reset it. Thank you. This one here. Oh, hello, my little lovely cat. How are you? Oh. He's finding his comfy spot under the desk. Anywho, this part here, adjustments of the model. This allows you to adjust facial size, chest size, basically the bulk and mass of the character. I would like maybe a better variation of faces in this. I find often I'm never getting quite what I look for. They all kind of create roughly a similar type of face. Sometimes you get something a bit more chubbier and more skeletal, but I don't know. Often I just don't get what I'm looking for with this facial type of bodiment. But here you can change things around. So here we go. Now we have a rather demonic looking skull face, but it's kind of cool if you're making a character like that. If you have never played with either. So you can increase and decrease, trying to create the sort of shape that you're looking for. Oh, it's Voldemort! It's Voldemort! I've made Voldemort! Oh no, what have I done? Oh my goodness, this is frightening. Can't decide if it wants a nose or not. But you see, it doesn't create a great deal of varying face types. Yes, we are enlarging and shrinking some parts, but there's not a great deal of change in the face. Like, you know, I can't give it a hooked nose. I can't give it full lips. I can't give it pointed ears. I can't give it, like, sunken cheeks. At least not... You kind of can, but again, they look so gaunt, and it looks more skeletal rather than high cheekbones, and it just doesn't really fit. So I would like it if... this program could do a better job of giving face types, but then you can study face types yourself and try and create them on your own. Again, we need to remember this program is mainly for a pose. So here we go. Now we can start adding some chesticles, if that is what you so desire. If not, we can lower that down. And there's varying sizes and shapes. We also have some more traditional male torsos, where you can bulk things up. I think, like, if you're sticking with quite a skinny model, this is handy if you're trying to draw armor for a character, because then you can bulk this bit up and then you can sort of draw over that. You know, if you took a screenshot and drew over it, and then you could use that as a sort of base for armor. I find that quite useful sometimes. Some of these I never really found useful at all, because all they really did was just return it to the original shape I had before, and it didn't really show a great difference. Yes, maybe some things look a little bit more frightening looking, I guess, but not really anything that would be distinctive for a character. It just, I don't know, just never suited it that well. So you do get some features in here, but nothing really, not a great varying body types. So again, you can adjust things. A lot of these are mostly for abs, waist sizes, back, the kind of dip in the back, creating a belly. Wow. It's the human pair. So adorable. Don't know what you would need that for. Don't know what you would need the human to become a cylinder for. So strange and bizarre. But these don't really add anything to the height of the character. It is mostly just adding bulk and mass. Same thing for the arms. Again, I've never found a great varying... I don't find a great difference in these. Yes, some of them increase and decrease the wrist width and the arms. But again, I've just never found them to be that useful when it comes to creating muscle mass accurately. Yes, it's okay, but I just feel like it does almost the exact same thing for every arm. It maybe gives a little bit of difference in terms of shadow, which can be handy, but it's not the most accurate. But it's helpful. It is helpful when you're trying to create that basic pose reference. And wow, this is a character we've suddenly created here. Okay, so here's what I was trying to show earlier, how you can click and hold on to the bicep and sort of move it around in case you just wanted to move a character's hand around the back. It is tricky to move this sometimes. It is not the best control, so it does take a few attempts at just fiddling around with it and see what you can create. Let's reset the model. Reset. 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 And there we go, we're back to our original character. I'll show you a couple more things. So you notice that the character does have this sort of silver erythral skin colour, which is quite lovely. You can vary that up quite a lot in here. You can go for a bronze, pure white, monochrome, chrome, pinks. Lots of different varying colours of peach. I quite personally like that sort of silvery one, just because I find it's not too harsh on the eyes when you're working with it. This one I quite love as well. I love this lovely bronze colour. It just makes me feel like I'm working with like an elegant statue of some kind. I just love the tones and shades on it. I think it's very pretty. Now, a lot of these I'm still learning myself. I don't know a lot of what these functions do, mostly because I've never needed them, because the majority of what I use this for is for poses, so I don't always use all the functions available, but as I'm learning it, I will teach you what I learn as well. So at the moment, I'm just teaching you the basic interface, and what I feel most people are going to need to know once they open the program. Not everybody wants to know a full detail of what's in the item menu, what's in the camera menu, what's in the tool menu, what are these functions, because you know what they are. It's a rotational camera, it's a movement, it's a magnifying glass. You can see these symbols for yourself. And I want to encourage people to try and experiment more. You don't want to watch a tutorial that is just me pointing at every single thing on the interface telling you what it is. That is so boring. You came in here to look at how poses are made using Design Doll, which is what I'm trying to show you, and I hope I'm doing an okay job of it. If anybody wants to know more about how this program works and how I can go into more detail about how the poses are made, please let me know, because it's the first time I've done a video like this, so please feel free to tell me. I will end the video off with something I quite like as well, which is this nice little light function. So if you do want that dramatic moment of light on a character, you just want an idea of it, maybe you have created the face shape you want, you've created those hard rock abs, you've created that lovely round belly, you've created them thighs that you so crave, then you can, oh my mouth is dry, then you can manipulate this bit of light here to give you some kind of idea of what maybe your character is experiencing in a scene. So the light's coming from behind, then you have that source over there, it's coming from that side, it's coming down from below, from above. Handy thing that I think I quite enjoy seeing. I quite enjoy using. My god, this is not turning out to be a good video today. My words are everywhere. I might have to plan this video out a bit better next time. In fact, yeah, I think I will plan it out a bit better next time. Bye, guys.